Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire 2. We are sat in Wichita, which has just started growing and will be the, thank you for the whistles, will be the focus of today's episode. I would imagine we need to get them growing and growing quickly so that they can accept the delivery of apples. Currently they cannot. Apples will be available for transportation at 45,000 citizens, and by then we'll have a second industry open to us, which could indeed be, we've got apples down here, haven't we? Yeah, which could be alcohol, I guess. Yeah, that would take apples and a bit more sugar. We need to hook up our sugar, don't we? And that would indeed drive the demand for apples, but it's only 8 cars, isn't it? Let's quick look. Yeah, deliver 8 loads of fruits. What do you need? It's going to be sugar, isn't it? Yeah, sugar is lacking. Corn, we don't have corn either. We've got both sugar and corn over this way. Individual trains seems like the best bet early on. Our corn can hook in at the top here. If we do have Dodge City as our first founding city, then we can think about that and reuse the bridge we're going to use to get our goodies over there, can't we? I like it. I'm just waiting for a little bit of money. We do have a research point to spend. The running cost of maintenance posts is reduced by 5%. I haven't really seen a need for those yet. Of course, they do help, but yeah, our trains are quite reliable. Auctions? Maybe. We should really get this one sooner rather than later. So I scrolled us all the way back just to see what was available. And this one caught my eye, especially if we'd like to get the other auction related one as well, wherever that is. Yeah, so that's going to be 10% refund or rebate on our auctions. I like that. Is that the right one before we go clicking it? Yes. Bidding tactics. Let's go and get the cheapest auctions we can when the time comes. Since we've really got to get Wichita growing, let's hook up our corn again. It was hooked up before. This time it's going to branch into our main line. Ideally, we want to head towards Wichita because as we all know by now, we get paid for what we deliver and not distance travelled. It's also much cheaper because we've got less track to build this way. And what we'll do is we'll get us a lovely piece of double track up to the station. In fact, do we even need that much? Probably not. We could maybe take it all the way back to just before that corner and save ourselves a little bit. Depends how much. Oh, it's nearly a third of the price depending where we come in here. Yeah, there we go. Still got a little bit of room to park up should we need to. Love it. Right, let's get you running. Oh, not yet, but we can maybe build the train. So there we go. We've got that done, and we'll need some direction of travel on that line. Of course, you're doing it the opposite way. There doesn't seem to be any sort of pattern to how these work. Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistency with the UI, I've noticed. Okay, let's wait on some financing and then we'll get us a Baldwin 10 wheeler. We're only running, what, halfway on the main line. We join in with some more freight here as well, although our train is patiently waiting for some cows there, as there won't be the demand. We should be taking meat both ways. Or maybe not now because of Omaha. Yeah, it's probably killed demand a little bit, especially going to Topeka. Topeka's growing quite well. However, we've now lost our settler bonus. Whether we spend that sort of money on a new settlement, I'm not sure. It depends how it affects growth. Yeah, then we can get sugar hooked up after we've got this corn set up to Wichita. And maybe think about getting some sort of warehouse at Wichita to pass the corn and the the sugar along to Topeka. And sugar, in fact, up to all the way up to Omaha there. Freight only, please. And we'll get us a Baldwin 10-wheeler. We're going to need another few thousand there, which is coming in rapidly as it drops as well. Well, that's the wages going out and the cost of refilling our train. Or would the wages be monthly? Not sure. Anyway, you've got the train. Are we wait until 4 rather than wait until full? Yes, you're fine. You're fine. That was by design. Okay, so our next stop would be Sugar. Sugar into Wichita. This will be our first delivery. We have newspaper stuff going on. Voting rights for all. There we go. Oh, it's scary to think this is how humans were once upon a time. So yes, a bit of a build coming up. I would like to get a station in there, but how big is Dodge City when it comes to its area? It's not that big, is it? We can scoot round the southern side, I think, and then into Wichita that way. We'll more than likely reuse the same junction and only expand when it's not an issue, money-wise, or when it makes sense, I guess. Currently, the frequency of the trains isn't much to worry about, especially with the long distances like that. And then we've got this train, which is running green in one direction, so not the busiest of lines, and given the distance you would think it would be a little busier perhaps, but that's early game demand, isn't it? There isn't much there. There's no point sticking loads of trains on for the sake of it. Are we going to get enough goodies in here? Maybe if we pass the sugar along to both Omaha and Kansas. I would like to take the corn from North Platte over to Omaha, and then Omaha can distribute that down. Although it doesn't make much sense for our task, does it? No, you'd probably want Topeka to store the corn. We could do that. We definitely want to shove sugar along, don't we? Yeah, so we'll stick sugar in there. And do you know what? Since we already have the corn hooked up, I like this better for now. We've got teddy bears. I don't know, I'm just distracted. Canned food looks like baked beans. Guns. Guns and teddy bears, or teddy bears with guns. That's a different game, isn't it? Right, get you in there with some corn. And yeah, we'll shift that along. We're going to have to buy a warehouse at Wichita, but we're more than likely going to reuse that anyhow. Not for bounding cities. We're going to use direct trains for that. It's just a lot easier to set up. And you're not then waiting on it pulling from goodness knows where when you have a chain of warehousing. So do we need the station in Dodge City? Not yet, because that's not what we're doing. We've got a bit of a hill there, haven't we? Is that true? Yeah, it is a bit of a hill as well. So we're going to have to be careful about that. We don't really want to be ramping over it. Not an ideal situation for railways. Now, where do we go across here? Under all this, we want to go as low as possible. There we go. Put you in there. 184,000. We can obviously get a little bit closer here. It's going to cost us a bit more, but it will reduce our travel time a little bit. I like going across at this angle. That sort of makes sense, even though going direct would be quite a bit quicker. No, not really. Oh, yes, it is, isn't it? Several miles quicker. We could create a bit of a cutting, I guess. Can we get that down and through? 199 miles as opposed to, as opposed to, what was it, 200 and something. That's quite a bit closer, isn't it? A lot shorter. Can we do the same up here then as well? There we go. I've got it down to 198 miles. So we've saved ourselves a little bit of travel there. Eventually we'll come into our own platform. It's not much more expensive, is it? It was only like 180 something thousand. I don't think we can take much more distance off without it being extremely pricey. We are avoiding that little hill though, or big hill, and we are avoiding the outskirts of 2B Dodge City. I don't know what it is at the moment. Let's close that. Dodge, what are you? Let's get rid of that. You're just kind of a little town, aren't you, to start with? Yeah, you've got not much going on. No outside connections. But plenty of people milling around waiting. They might not want to be founded. They might be quite happy like this. They all seem pleasantly busy. Or not. No, they're not busy, are they? They're just chilling. That's a good thing, though. Who doesn't want to sit there chilling? We've got... are you hanging your washing out? That's brilliant. Yeah, you're hanging the same pair of pants out. We'll probably come back in 100 years and he's still hanging that same pair of pants out. Oh, I love these. I love these little villages. Towns. Oh, I like your bench. You just made that out of a giant log. That's cool. But then the neighbours have gone one better. Like, this is how you make a bench. I kind of like this. I like that you've hollowed it out of a log rather than make planks. Anyhow, do we have enough money yet? Nope, but we do have another research point, and there we go. That's our auctions maxed out on discounts. It does mean now that we can buy us some industries if we wish to push their growth a little sooner than the AI does. We've still got this to hook up over at Omaha, but Wichita is our focus, and we've got them up to 85.8% now. So yeah, that's going to give them a little bit of a growth spurt, isn't it? And we can start heading towards 30,000 population. Yeah, we've got a few slow trains here and there, but I'm going to save up the money. I don't think we're in any real need to panic just yet, although it would be interesting to see just what sort of breakdown occurs when it runs out of oil as well. Sand seems to take forever. Perhaps it goes down in stages. Right, there we go. We can build our line. We are, for now, only going to double track it up to the bridge. That's all we'll need. I don't know where we gained that grade from. It was pretty much 0%. But we have it to deal with. 1% grade isn't too bad, is it? No. And it could just be at the junction as well, so I'm not overly bothered. Let's get our direction of travel sorted into Wichita's main station. Save up a few funds and then we can get us another freight train. This time delivering sugar. How are we doing here? We've got enough, but we've pushed demand up. There's 228,000 to buy something like that, and the sugar's only 107,000. I don't know whether it's urgent though. We do have quite a bit of sugar around here, so yeah, we'll probably leave that for now. There's our milk. Milk's going to have to come into play, isn't it? How's Kansas doing? They're not really growing just yet. Not until we get this corn and sugar sorted. Well, grain to Kansas is a thing. And in fact, is grain to Omaha a thing? Yeah, we don't have grain heading up there at the moment. That might actually be a good idea. Should we do that? That might give us that task. I should have seen that sooner. It's fine. We should see our train down here. Hopefully fill up. Is that the Topeka train? Yeah, now we've got lots and lots of grain. Heading for Kansas. We have a little bit in the way of supplies, so we can do a couple of runs for that. Do we have anything in there at the moment? Though that won't tell you, Grand. You need the station. Warehouse. We do. Come on, make sure we've got this cloth and lumber in there. I should have noticed that sooner. And we do have enough money to get some sugar into our network. Finally. Freight only. Let's get us a Baldwin 10-wheeler on. You absolute beast. Wait until you've got 4. Yes, by design. How are we doing on your oil? It hasn't really been long. 67%. I'm going to get rid of this triangle. That's the only reason I really do this early on. It's because I don't like seeing the triangles. Oh, you can't afford it yet. Let's hit play. It's how much? Nearly 30,000. A little under, isn't it? Right, let's zoom out so we get some speed increase. Then we'll save up for another warehouse in Wichita so we can start shifting our sugar and our corn to Topeka and Kansas early on. We might not need any of it though for the task, which would be great if that is the case. Right, we can afford it. There we go. You get in there. We'll do them as we see them. I mean, they are waiting around a lot as well. I'm intrigued to see how slow this gets. I mean, it's just shifting now, isn't it? It's not really doing anything different than it would do without its water. Do we have enough in here? What does the task list say? We're still sitting at 6 of 7. So no, not yet. Warehouse. Oh, we do have 2 wood on the way though. There we go. Oh, it's taking it. It's fine. We want to get it shifted as well. We need our cities growing, don't we? Kansas is at 22.8k. Wichita is the city of choice at the moment because we need to get those accepting apples, which we're going to stall otherwise, aren't we, if we can't get those demanding apples. Both of these need to be done at the same time. So, yeah, as long as that sort of happens, I don't mind. How much is a warehouse going to cost us here out of interest? They are 138,000, shall we say? Close enough. We might want to buy these 2. Both fruit and veg take a long time to grow because you're not hooking up to them for a while, are you? Same with milk, really. I don't know how much early milk is. 107,000 as well. But first things first is get loads of stuff in Topeka so that we can get the task ticked off. That's a mouthful. There's a lot of T's there. TTT. Right then, we can almost afford the warehouse. Come on. Oh, it's going up. We got a delivery of something. Let's get you put in there and then we'll take some corn. Yes. We'll be taking milk and sugar. We won't be taking cloth this way, I don't think. No, that'll be a little excessive, and we don't want to take grain either. We could block Topeka taking the stuff we're taking to Topeka, coming back, but I'm hoping it doesn't do that. We'll keep an eye on it. Uh-oh, we have a breakdown because I have forgotten to build we need a repair facility, don't we, in Omaha. Completely forgot about White Terminal. Don't we have the same situation in North Platte? We do. So this train could be in trouble. So let's do this one first because that's the one that's going to get caught out first. There we go. Get you with a repair building on. We do have one in Wichita, don't we? Yes, and now we have a warehouse. And then we'll do this one afterwards in Omaha. And we'll reset this train because I think you are blocking our setup here. Go and fill up with more cows. Yes, confirm anyway. It's fine. We'll pay through the nose for it once we can afford it, which shouldn't be too long. It keeps our trains moving. I guess we've essentially sent another loco out to go pick it up. And then, when we can afford it, we absolutely should get that sorted. All of our other cities, apart from Omaha, now have maintenance facilities. So we just need Omaha sorted. And how are we doing in Topeka? What have you got heading towards you? You have wood on the way, meat on the way. We should start to see some corn on the way, as well as some sugar. Sugar's going to take a little while. It might have been beneficial to buy this, but as you can see, because we've pushed demand up, They now want a lot of money for it. Can't blame them, that's for sure. Who's that who's run out? Is that our corn train? That didn't take long. Well, it's a journey and it was shifting backwards and forwards. But priorities. Yeah, slow trains are not really that slow. However, broken down trains are really slow and can mess up your network. So we're going to get this sorted in Omaha. Done. That's better. If you are anything like me, you probably hate seeing these, but I'm testing this one out. Don't let me forget and force it into filling up. However, I would like this one to be filling up once it gets off the main line. Maybe down here will be fine. I'm always a little bit concerned putting it down here as it adds signals to a single track, which is fine, but a bit risky if you throw another train on there. Oh yes, we're going to need to play it, otherwise you're never going to get any more money, Grand. Almost there. There we go. 30,000. I keep zooming in and out because you have to control the speed. Right, Wichita, how are you doing? We've almost maxed them. Look at that. 99.4. We are only a few thousand away now from building our first city building, which will be the immigration office. You can only have one city building per city, so we'll have to upgrade that as we go. Destroying the previous one, whatever we built at the time, but I think less than 20k's worth it for a... I don't think it actually does anything with fulfillment and demand, does it? It might do. I don't know how it works. We'll find out. We still haven't got enough selection in the warehouse at the moment. Oh dear. I bet they're taking it before you even store it. We do have... Well, we have some wood on the way, which is fine. They're up to 0.3 now. So triple the demand on what they start with. And we're still waiting on some sugar. None on the way yet. So where's this sugar heading? It could be heading all over the place. Yeah, North Platte and Kansas was that. That's going quite the way. Did we take any to Topeka, or are we just ignoring them? We're just ignoring them. I mean, it goes through Topeka. Not bad, actually, because we need it to do that, don't we? Depends if we've got anything waiting in their warehouse. Do you have anything waiting? Are we just not shifting it? You have a few in there, but you're picking it up right now. Yeah, we may need a second train running between Wichita and Topeka, so it'll be this one. It is making plenty of money, and all it's doing now is taking freight. So perhaps, yes, let's double up on you and get you shifting with some more goodies. Otherwise, we're never going to take passengers and mail, and they're the money earners. Yes, we need growth, but we also would like money, otherwise growth will be slow. But that's better, isn't it? What we got heading there? This should... Oh yeah, we've got grain on the way, and closely following that is our sugar and our corn. So this might tick off the multiple goodies in a station. We've got a few trains showing up as well. Some meat on the way, but we don't transfer meat as far as I can remember. No. Interesting that it's coming from... I guess it's coming from Omaha Steaks. And yeah, not over from Wichita there. Are you going to let our other freight train in? That would be great. Go on. Go for it. Beautiful. That might be task complete for us, and then it's all down to the growth of Wichita, and only that for now. With yeah, you wait out there, otherwise you're going to grab our goodies. Are you doing it? Are you dropping off? Are you dropping off into our warehouse? Oh, we should have all the goodies we need now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more, don't we? Oh dear, you Burke. What can we take? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what we can take. We could take meat? Maybe. That might do it. There is milk to consider as well, and we've got to bring that over here soon, haven't we? Kansas is now growing. We could be cheeky and send milk into Topeka just for that achievement. The other way would be to force meat into Topeka to take it to Kansas. I know it's a little bit cheeky, but it would get it done. I mean, Wichita is growing, and we will be able to push their growth shortly. And since these have both got to be done at the same time, we're not really in a rush to complete this one before that one, as long as they complete roughly at the same time, as they should have the same score attached to them. We do have another research point we can spend anything of use. Do you know, cheaper staff might be a good idea. We're starting to we're starting to get a few trains. The more trains, the more we'll save with something like this. So let's go all the way back, find something, not more packages, find staff reduction cost, reduce the cost of reducing. Yeah, so we've got one there. This is replacing old vehicles, only useful if you're either upgrading to a new loco or you mess up and forget that you need to build a repair shed. Other than that, not really urgent. Right, let's get you unlocked. I think this is yes. There we go. Cheaper wages, lower wages. Technically not, maybe subsidized. We'll go with that. We do have plenty of growth though, don't we? Yeah, this is not going to happen until we fill the warehouse with goodies. But milk should be a thing Kansas wants sooner rather than later. They're going to be a bit slow, so what I think I'll do, take our milk that way. I'm going to add steaks here and see if it actually brings any, because we're a little ways off milk still. Now, do we get to build our immigration building? No, not yet. We've got plenty of money in the bank. No, we don't, do we? No, because we've got to build this, and then there's going to be a huge growth spurt. So we're going to need to save up for an industry, our own factory in Wichita. Depends on how much do we owe. We could save up and clear this bond as well. That is an idea. Or we could start the next episode setting up Dodge, because it's going to be a little while before Wichita grows. And maybe get sugar across to North Platte there, so we're not taking it from Wichita. No, I don't want your cow catcher. It's fine. I've got my own. I've got plenty. Do we have cow catchers on the front? Yes, we do. I saw it on there. It's just all smoke now. He's away. Alright, Wichita. You're so close to our first building. We haven't built one yet. I just want to see what it looks like. There we go. There we go. Construct a city building. You are going to get yourself a... where do we want to put it? Over this end, probably. You're going to get yourself an immigration office. Let's take a little look-see. Oh, it's rather pleasant and fancy, isn't it? Let's get rid of that. Look at you. That's nice. Ready for a bit of immigration? I like it. Which train are you that's running it? Is that the sugar train? Ah, yes. Let's make sure you're not doing that. We'll get you a supply tower down there. This is the only one that's the experiment. You're down to 54% on your oil, and you're still only down to 99% on your sand. I guess it's not snowy. I don't know what the sand's for. Is that what it would be for? Traction? Perhaps. It could be useful on a hill, maybe, as well. But yes, are we getting any meat? We've got some meat underway. We've got some meat underway. Will they need all of this in there, or do we just have to have shipped it? Well, there's the answer. That would have ticked it off. We're forever going to be 6 of 7, aren't we? Dear, oh dear. I don't remember actually having 6 products in here, or 5 at the very least anyway. Yeah, I don't remember that. This gives us a little bit of leeway, doesn't it? We need 7, so we will need a full warehouse. plus whatever we're creating, which means we're going to need to ensure we've got beer stored as well. Or will that count? That would just count, won't it, beer, all the time? Well, we'll see. We've got 2 grain on the way, 3 wood, and some cloth. But since we're running efficiently and we're shifting our goodies around, it's not staying in our transfer too long, which is exactly how you want it, isn't it? Right, are we going to get even close to paying off that bond? Probably not. How long has it been running for? It's been running for term 46.3 weeks, about halfway almost. Yeah, 42 weeks will be halfway. So it's not been going that long. Wichita, you're up to 100% now. That's really helped, hasn't it? Yeah, you're stuck at 100% though. You can't go above. I like it. I like the immigration thing. That's cool. So 35,000. I guess we'll save up as much money as possible, then hook up this milk for Wichita, because we still have to push them far enough to accept their fruit. So this is quite the gap, isn't it? Yeah, there's no way you can really get ahead of that, much more than we have already. We've spent everything we could up to this point. I guess a line from North Platte to Omaha is a thing, or perhaps getting sugar across to North Platte. I sort of like that. We don't need the grain, but we do need the sugar, so we can go this side for the sugar and run a line up there, which eventually I guess will be another line heading that way. We're up on a hill over there. Yeah, let's end with... We'll come in there and leave a block. That should do us. It's maximum speed. We don't need it completely double tracking because we're just delivering sugar. But then we can shift sugar along. Careful how you say that. There we go. And we'll get you with some sugar delivery. Freight only. Wait until you got 4. Oh yes, and we can get the wood underway, can't we? No, leave the wood alone. I'd like Topeka to actually take it. So let's just temporarily change this so we do ask for wood, because I would like them to take it from here, and they should do, which will be some more goodies in there. Is this the Topeka train? It is. Are you now going to Omaha? You are. I know it's a bit excessive, but we're kind of gaming the game a little bit there. And we should end it there, shouldn't we? We'll get on board something. I don't know what. Maybe one of our new trains. Oh, maybe we'll head from Wichita to Topeka or vice versa. That looks like a good one. It's a busy station. Alright guys, we're Wichita bound, and we're staring out the little window there. Yeah, this is a kind of better view, isn't it? It's alright. I mean, it's about as good as you'll get if you're in the cab. Thoroughly enjoying the 3rd chapter of the campaign. I've enjoyed it all immensely so far, so happy with my purchase, I must say. Alright guys, lots to do when we come back, lots of growth. And until then, take care.